Have you ever felt like your emotions were an unstoppable wave, crashing over you during life's hardest moments? Anger, fear, stress, they take control, leaving you powerless. I've been there too. But then I discovered something ancient yet timeless: Stoicism. In this video, I'll share the life-changing Stoic techniques that helped me stay calm when everything around me was falling apart. You'll learn how a single quote from Marcus Aurelius became my anchor, how a morning ritual changed the way I face problems, and how a simple mindset shift can help you master your emotions. By the end of this video, you won't just have strategies for emergencies, you'll have tools to navigate everyday life with clarity, resilience, and unshakable calm. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by life's chaos, stay with me. This might just change the way you see the world and yourself. Let's begin. Life is full of storms, problems at work, personal conflicts, unexpected illnesses. Like the unpredictable waves of the sea, these challenges can shake our stability and test our resolve. But here's the truth: you can't ignore the waves, nor can you stop them from coming. The key to staying calm isn't avoidance, it's facing each wave with a clear head and a calm heart. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Perfect tranquility consists in the good ordering of the mind in your own kingdom." Your mind is your fortress, and every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen it. So how do we cultivate this inner calm? Preparation is essential. Taking time to see the bigger picture helps you respond with clarity instead of reacting on impulse. For me, meditation is part of my daily practice. Each morning, I visualize myself calmly facing the challenges ahead. It's like putting on mental armor, shielding myself from impulsive reactions and emotional chaos. Another tool is mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment, you free yourself from the weight of future worries and past regrets. And don't underestimate the power of positive self-talk. When difficulties arise, I remind myself, this too shall pass, and I am capable of handling it. The way you speak to yourself shapes how you face your storms. Calm isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you practice, refine, and eventually embody. When you're calm, your mind becomes your greatest ally. Free from the fog of strong emotions, it can think clearly, weigh options carefully, and make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. Have you noticed how stress often pushes us into reactive decisions rather than proactive ones? In moments of panic, we act on impulse instead of wisdom. That's why I take time to prepare my mind. I reflect on the worst-case scenarios and imagine how I would handle them. This simple practice not only prepares me for the unexpected, but also deepens my gratitude for the present moment. Gratitude is another powerful tool. I keep a gratitude journal, and every night, I write down 3 things I'm thankful for. This small habit brings a sense of peace, reminding me of the abundance already present in my life. When you weave these practices into your daily routine, preparing your mind for challenges, reflecting on gratitude, and staying calm in the face of chaos, you'll notice something remarkable: a growing sense of peace and unshakable inner strength. Imagine facing a problem that feels impossible to solve. Resources are scarce, time is slipping away, and every step forward seems to pull you 2 steps back. This is the real test, not just of your skills, but of your will. From what I've learned, willpower isn't just a key to success, it's the foundation of resilience. It's what turns setbacks into opportunities and obstacles into lessons. The Stoics understood this well. Cicero once said, "The difficulty of a task is not measured by the effort it requires, but by the will invested in it." I remember a moment in my own life, a project at work that felt doomed to fail. Progress stalled, frustration mounted, and giving up seemed like the easiest path. But in that moment, I made a decision. I would treat every obstacle as an opportunity to train my will. Willpower, like a muscle, needs deliberate training. And just like training in the gym, you need effective methods. One method I've used is breaking down large, overwhelming tasks into smaller, manageable parts. This not only reduces the weight on your mind, but also creates a series of small victories, each one building momentum and fueling your persistence. These small wins might seem insignificant on their own, but together, they create unstoppable progress. So when you face your next impossible challenge, remember this: the test isn't about avoiding struggle, it's about embracing it, refining your will, and turning difficulty into growth. Think about Marcus Aurelius. As a Roman emperor, he carried the weight of an empire on his shoulders. Battles raged, decisions loomed, and every choice affected not only his life, but the lives of thousands. Yet through it all, he remained steady. His personal journal, Meditations, reveals the secret behind his strength: self-reflection, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to the greater good. Aurelius didn't just endure hardship, he used it as a tool to grow stronger. His strength of will was not an accident. It was forged through daily practice and a deep understanding of Stoic principles. Now, I want you to see these stories not just as history lessons or advice from long-gone philosophers, but as tools you can use to navigate your own challenges. Imagine yourself in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the sky darkens, and everything you've built seems ready to collapse. In moments like these, remember the words of Epictetus: "Strength lies not in resisting the wind, but in knowing where to set the sails." Acceptance is not weakness, it's clarity. It's understanding what's within your control and what isn't. When you stop fighting against the uncontrollable, your energy shifts to where it truly matters. Your actions, your mindset, your will. Real strength isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about standing firm in the storm, adjusting your sails, and using every challenge as an opportunity to grow. So as you face your own struggles, remember, true power begins with mastering yourself. Accept what you cannot change, act on what you can, and let the storm become your teacher. Every night, I sit down and write about the problems I faced during the day and how I handled them. This simple habit does two things. It shows me how far I've come and highlights where I still need to grow. Self-reflection isn't just about recording events, it's about learning from them. The road to becoming more accepting and strong isn't smooth. There will be ups and downs, moments of clarity, and moments of doubt. But here's the truth. With Stoic wisdom and a genuine desire to grow, you can weather any storm with grace and strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make of it." Your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it well, and you'll find yourself capable of facing anything. Train your mind to focus on what you can control, to see challenges as opportunities, and to stay present in every moment. Now take a deep breath and imagine yourself walking through a quiet park. The sky above is a soft blue dotted with white clouds. The green leaves rustle gently in the breeze. You inhale deeply, feeling the clean air fill your lungs. This simple moment, this act of being fully present, is where peace begins. Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, take a moment to remind yourself of this. Today is a precious privilege. I am alive, I am here, and I will face this day with intention and gratitude. Life unfolds one moment at a time. Stay present, stay aware, and let every breath remind you of the gift it is to simply be here. Worrying about the future or regretting the past, it's something we all do. Our minds wander, creating scenarios that rarely come true, or replaying moments we can't change. Not only does this drain our energy, but it steals our ability to fully appreciate the present moment. The only moment where life actually happens. So, how do we break free from this mental cycle? How do we step into the here and now? The answer lies in mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't about silencing your thoughts. It's about changing how you see them. It's about noticing when your mind drifts away and gently bringing it back to the present, again and again. Think of it as a workout for your mind, like strengthening a muscle that hasn't been used in a long time. At first it feels awkward, even tiring. But over time, it becomes easier, and the results become undeniable. When you train your mind to stay present, you'll notice the simple beauty in everyday moments. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze, the taste of your morning coffee. These moments, small as they seem, are where life truly happens. So start small. When you catch your mind wandering, gently guide it back. Take a breath. Feel the moment. Freedom isn't found in the past or the future. It's here, in this breath, in this moment. Are you ready to begin this journey? Mindfulness isn't waiting for tomorrow. It's ready for you, right now, in this very moment. Many of us search for a compass, a guide to help us make choices, stay on track, and walk a path that leads to a meaningful life. Have you ever felt lost, wishing for clarity in your direction, and confidence that every step you take is making you a better person? Stoicism offers us such a compass, and its name is virtue. Imagine standing in the middle of a dense, dark forest. Every path looks uncertain. Every step feels heavy with doubt. That's where virtue becomes your guide. Not to the easiest path, but to the right one. Living according to your values isn't always easy. Daily stresses and temptations can make you want to compromise or turn back. But as Seneca wisely said, one does not enjoy a full life without challenges. The Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are more than just ideals. They're practical tools for navigating life's storms. Wisdom is your guiding light. It's applied knowledge, the ability to see solutions where others see only problems. In the heat of an argument, wisdom helps you choose words that heal instead of words that hurt. Courage is your strength in the face of fear. Fear itself doesn't make you strong. It's your decision to act despite. Fear that builds true resilience. Imagine standing on a stage, your voice trembling, yet you speak anyway. That's courage. Justice reminds you to act fairly and put others before yourself, even when selfishness is rewarded in the world around you. Think of those moments when you've helped someone, not because you expected something in return, but simply because it was right. And then there's temperance, the quiet strength of self-control. In a world of instant gratification, temperance asks you to pause, to say no to fleeting pleasures in pursuit of something greater. Have you ever felt proud of resisting a temptation because you knew the long-term reward was worth it? That's temperance in action. These virtues aren't abstract concepts, they're practical tools, guiding you through real-life situations. When woven into your daily life, they create a foundation not just for a moral existence, but for a life filled with purpose, clarity, and meaning. The path isn't always easy, but it's worth walking. Virtue isn't about perfection. It's about intention, effort, and progress. Every choice I made based on my values, not on what others thought I should do, freed me from countless social pressures. It allowed me to pursue my goals honestly and intentionally. Imagine how freeing it would feel to make every decision in line with your true self, without the weight of external expectations. One of the most valuable tools I discovered was deep questioning. In moments of conflict or challenge, I paused and asked myself, what part of this is truly important for my growth? And am I acting in line with my Stoic principles? Or am I being swayed by fleeting emotions? This habit brought clarity. With every question, every reflection, I gained insight into what truly drives me. And with every step forward, every choice I made, I felt myself becoming stronger, more aligned with Stoic virtue and more honest with myself. But self-awareness isn't always easy. Sometimes, seeing yourself clearly, flaws, fears, and all can be uncomfortable, even frightening. Yet Marcus Aurelius reminds us the mirror of the soul is clear. You only need to clean it to see the light of your true self. So clean that mirror. Train your mind. Ask yourself the hard questions. Build the habit of pausing, reflecting, and aligning your actions with your values. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress, growth, and the courage to live an honest and fully aware life. Life has a way of testing us. Some days it feels like the world is spinning out of control, stress from work, conflict with loved ones, or unexpected crises. During such moments, emotions surge like violent waves crashing against a rocky shore. Panic, fear, anger, they can overwhelm even the strongest among us. But there's a way to stand among us. But there's a way to stand firm amid the storm. A way to face chaos without letting it consume you. I want to share with you how I learned to stay calm when things got tough. It wasn't an easy journey, but the wisdom of ancient Stoics Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus became my guiding light. Through their words and practices, I discovered a path to inner peace and strength, even in the face of life's most unpredictable challenges. Let me start with a moment that changed everything for me. Part 1, the turning point. A few years ago, I found myself in the middle of a personal crisis. The details aren't as important as the emotions I felt. Overwhelm, fear, and a sense of powerlessness. My mind was racing, and I could feel the pressure building like a dam ready to burst. In that moment, one quote came to mind. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. This simple but profound insight from Meditations became a lifeline. I repeated it to myself again and again until the storm in my head began to calm. What Marcus Aurelius was saying is timeless. We can't control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. That realization became the foundation of my practice. But I didn't stop there. I began studying Stoicism more deeply and discovered powerful techniques that changed how I approach challenges. Part 2. Premeditatio malorum, facing problems before they arrive. One of the first tools I embraced was premeditatio malorum, a practice often referred to as the premeditation of evils. It's a technique the Stoics use to mentally prepare for adversity, by imagining worst-case scenarios before they happen. Every morning I would sit quietly and ask myself, what could go wrong today? What problems might I face? How will I respond to them calmly and wisely? At first it felt strange, almost pessimistic too. Imagine things going wrong before the day even started. But I soon realized that this wasn't about dwelling on negativity. It was about preparing myself mentally and emotionally. Imagine this. You're about to give an important presentation at work. Instead of pretending everything will go perfectly, you take a moment to consider the possible setbacks. Maybe the projector fails, or someone interrupts you with a challenging question. By visualizing these scenarios in advance, you prepare your mind to respond with calm rather than panic. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "He robs present ills of their power who has seen their coming beforehand." Premeditatio malorum didn't make my problems disappear, but it helped me meet them with grace. When challenges arose, I wasn't caught off guard. I had already rehearsed my response. Part 3. Emotional distancing. Observing, not becoming. Another key lesson I learned was the power of emotional distancing, or what the Stoics referred to as objectification. In modern terms, this means learning to observe your emotions rather than being consumed by them. When anger, frustration, or sadness arises, it's easy to say, "I am angry" or "I am sad." But those words are powerful. They suggest that you are your emotions, that they define you. The Stoics suggest a small but powerful shift. Instead of saying, "I am angry," try saying, "There is anger present." This simple change creates distance. It allows you to see the emotion as something separate from yourself, like a cloud passing in the sky, or a wave crashing on the shore. You are not the cloud nor the wave. You are the observer. This perspective shift is incredibly freeing. It allowed me to acknowledge my feelings without being overwhelmed by them. When frustration bubbled up, I could say, "There is frustration here, but I don't have to act on it. There is fear, but it's just a passing emotion." Over time, this practice became second nature. I started viewing emotions as temporary, visitors rather than permanent, residents in my mind. Epictetus put it beautifully. It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them. When I stopped identifying with my emotions, I found it much easier to stay calm in situations that would have previously triggered an emotional outburst. Part 4. Returning to the present moment. In moments of stress or conflict, the mind tends to race, dwelling on the past, worrying about the future, or spiraling into endless what-if scenarios. But the Stoics teach us to anchor ourselves in the present moment. One of the simplest ways to do this is through breathing. Whenever I felt emotions taking over, whether in an argument during a crisis or while facing uncertainty, I would pause and focus on my breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. This practice might sound overly simple, but it's incredibly powerful. In those few moments, I could feel myself regaining control. My heart rate would slow, my thoughts would clear, and I'd feel more centered. The present moment is where logic lives. It's where clarity exists, and it's where we have the power to make intentional choices. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." By anchoring myself in the present moment, I could respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Part 5. The ripple effect of calmness. One of the most surprising lessons I learned from practicing Stoic principles is how my calmness impacted others. When you remain composed in a crisis, it creates a ripple effect. Imagine being on a plane experiencing turbulence. The passengers look to the flight attendants. If the crew appears calm and collected, it reassures everyone on board. But if they look panicked, the fear spreads like wildfire. The same principle applies in our daily lives. When you respond to challenges with calm and clarity, you become a source of stability for others, your family, your friends, your colleagues. Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt." and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. When you demonstrate stoic calmness, you not only help yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Part 6. Making Stoicism a daily practice. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy for emergencies, it's a way of life. Its principles can be practiced every single day, and the benefits compound over time. Here are a few daily habits you can start with. 1. Morning reflection. Spend a few minutes in the morning practicing premeditatio malorum. Ask yourself what challenges might arise and how you'll handle them. 2. Emotional check-in. When strong emotions arise, practice emotional distancing. Label the emotion as separate from yourself. 3. Breathing exercises. Use your breath to anchor yourself in the present moment during stressful situations. 4. Evening reflection. At the end of the day, ask yourself, did I respond well to challenges today? What could I have done differently? Progress isn't about perfection, it's about consistent effort. The desire to progress. The path to calmness isn't linear. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. What matters is the intention to improve, to become a little wiser, a little calmer, and a little more composed with each passing day. Seneca said it best. The greatest part of progress is the desire to progress. You have the tools. You have the wisdom of the Stoics at your disposal. Now it's up to you to put these principles into practice. In a world full of chaos, choose to be the calm within the storm. Choose to master your mind, for in doing so, you'll not only find peace, you'll become a source of peace for others. Take a deep breath. The next moment is yours to master. As we reach the end of this reflection, let these words not simply fade into the background noise of your day. Wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are not distant ideals, but tools, waiting to be wielded in the small, ordinary moments of life. Remember this: the world outside will always be chaotic, unpredictable, and beyond your control. But within you lies a space of stillness, a garden waiting to be cultivated, a fortress waiting to be fortified. Every thought you nurture, every choice you make, is a brick in the foundation of your inner strength. Take this knowledge with you. Begin small, a moment of gratitude, a pause before reacting, a deep breath in the face of chaos. These simple acts are not insignificant. They are the seeds of transformation. The Stoics didn't just preach resilience. They practiced it day by day, moment by moment. And now it's your turn. So as you step back into the world, remember, the storm will come, the waves will rise, but your mind, clear, steady, and disciplined, will remain your greatest ally. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start. This moment right here is enough. Take a breath. Take a step. And let the journey inward guide you outward toward a life of clarity, strength, and purpose. Thank you for walking this path with me. Now go forth, not perfectly, but intentionally.